How we doing, YouTube? We back with another video on the channel, and in today's video what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing another mock draft, but this time I want to go more in depth to it about the roles that the players that I take are going to be in, and I'm also going to do it based off this list that I have with all the interests, the meetings, and visits. Shout out to Panthers Analysis on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all go give him a follow because he put this list together for all of us to have. And y'all know I don't like to do all that talking, so without further ado, let's get straight into the video. And then round 1, pick 19, we're going to be taking wide receiver from Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr. Now, Omar Cooper Jr., the role that I have for him playing for the Panthers, he would be more of that power slot type, that Deebo Samuel type, because he gets a lot of yak. Like when I mean a lot of yak, a lot of yak. He can break tackles. He can also win downfield. He's a good route runner. He has good hands, but there is times where he does have concentration drops, but I wouldn't think it's like, you know, due to bad technique, things like that. They're just concentration drops at the end of the day. But yeah, he can be that reliable safety blanket, that slot wide receiver, that third down, that short, take it deep wide receiver for Bryce Young, which is why I took him at pick 19. In round 2 at pick 51, we're going to be taking Trayden Stoops, the versatile safety nickel out of Arizona. He can play everywhere on the field, and that's really what I love about Trayden Stoops. He can play in the nickel. He can play that deep safety. He can come in the box. He can do a lot of things very well, and that's something that's not really like seen nowadays. We see some players, you know, they can play the nickel, but they might get cooked in coverage, but they may be a good run defender. We see that they can play safety, but oh, you can't hold your zones. You can't do things like that. Trayden Stoops does both at a very high level. He can come downhill, make plays on the ball. He can make plays down the field, which is why Trayden Stoops is probably my #1 nickel in the class, because he can do so many things at a very high level. In round 3 at pick 83, we're going to be taking another one of my favorites, and Max Clare from Ohio State. Now, Max Clare, he is a very interesting prospect because coming into the season, he was actually ranked as probably the top tight end in the class. But once he transferred to Ohio State, his usage got cut down a little bit. But I feel like his time at Purdue was still very good. And it wasn't like he was just a bum at Ohio State. He still had his moments. He was that more traditional tight end that could, you know, be a safety blanket, reliable, once again, has great yak, has great hands, also shows off a little bit of route running. And that's what I like about Max Clare. And in my opinion, he's probably the #1 true tight end in this class. I know Keenan Sadiq is the consistent #1, but I think Max Clare is more of that traditional role, while Sadiq is more of that power slot type of tight end. But yeah, this is why I took Max Clare at 83. He'll be that reliable target once again for Bryce Young, but rather than just catching the ball and going down, he'll be able to bring yak ability. In round 4 at pick 119, we're going to be taking Parker Brailsford out of Alabama. Now, Parker Brailsford, he's a 3-year starter at Alabama. He is a undersized center, but this actually is helping him because he has a natural lower pad level than other maybe bigger offensive linemen, and he's able to get lower on these defensive ends and defensive tackles, and he's able to use that to muster up strength. He's also a great athlete. He's good at working up to the second level. He's very quick off the ball, good in pass protection. He isn't the best run blocker, but as time comes, as he put on more weight and maybe get a little bit stronger, he'll able to develop into a better run blocker. But he's going to be able to compete with Luke Fortner, maybe for the starting position, and also help be a centerpiece for the future. In round 5 at pick 158, I'm going to be taking Nick Barrett out of South Carolina. Now, Nick Barrett, as a South Carolina fan, he was probably one of the few bright spots on the defense. He's a great run defender. He has a high stop rate, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 10% if I have my research right. He's physical, he's strong. He's not the biggest, but he still has that natural low pad level, just like Parker Brailsford. He's a great athlete. He does have some limits as a pass rusher because he is more of that true nose tackle. He's more of that 0, that 1. He's going to take on double teams. He's also going to wreak havoc and open up things for your linebackers. He'll be in that rotation with Bobby Brown, Turk Wharton, Derek Brown coming in maybe on the early downs as a run stopper. With our back-to-back picks at 159, I'm going to be taking Markel Bell out of Miami. Now, Markel Bell was the starting left tackle for Miami, but with us, he's going to be more of that swing tackle, stepping in at right tackle, left tackle, maybe if somebody comes down. He's a developmental prospect. He is a very large human. He stands in at 6'9", almost 350 pounds. He has a very long wingspan. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 36-inch arms.
But he does struggle with those smaller, bendy, twitchy type of edge rushers. But he's able to withstand power rushers and able to use his base, his strong mass to stand them up and not let them be able to run through him. He's also a mauler in the run game when he's able to get his hands on people. But as a natural big player, he does lack some of the agility and pass protection and maybe to work up to that second level, which is why I have him more as a swing tackle rather than stepping in as a starter. With our last pick at pick 200 in round 6, we're going to be taking Haynes King out of Georgia Tech. Now, I know that Haynes King does have a lot of fans because he is a great running quarterback. He had almost 1,000 yards as a rusher in college, which is very good because in college they do count your sacks towards yards lost. So Haynes King having 1,000 yards showing how much upside he had as a rusher. He also has some upsides as a passer, but he still needs to get better reading defenses. Also needs to be more accurate. He does have a nice arm. He's able to drive the ball down the field. He's able to throw deep balls down the field. And he would more than likely be that QB3, that emergency QB that only comes in if a quarterback or two goes down, probably being behind Kenny Pickett, and he'll probably be a developmental piece if the Panthers choose to not re-sign Kenny Pickett after this season. Let me know down below who was your favorite pick that I took, and also let me know what you graded my mock, and also let me know down below who do you want the Panthers to pick at 19 tomorrow. Thank y'all for all the love and the support that y'all have been showing the channel. I love all y'all. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.